Dartmouth in this, the final match in the number 7 Men's Pro League Championship. I'm Bruce Stephen. My co-host is Jack James. And Jack, we've battled through many, many weeks to get to this one. We are down now to the final match. It is indeed the final. Garden View against Your Choice. And I want to talk to you for a moment about the match last week. By far the best one we've had in the series. Woodside, Texaco against the team we're watching tonight. We'll be watching very shortly, Your Choice, but it was a classic.
Oh, just a classic, Bruce. And, you know, you got to look at Woodside, Texaco. You got to feel sorry for them. They had 584 for 5 bowlers, Bruce. And anytime you bowl 584, that's somewhere around about 118, 117 average. But Your Choice just come up very strong with a 608. And anytime you got your 4th bowler, which is Rick Martin, and Dougie Blacker bowling anchor, between the two of them, they had 195. Now, I mean, there's a pair you can't be beat. And also, we might mention that Dougie right now holds the high single at 155. But bowlers like Gordy Meisner has really bowled well throughout this tournament. And I believe the last time he was on 139, this week 100, or last week 140. You got Brian Jones who bowled very steady at 114. If you got to feel sorry for one guy, Bob McGlashan really tried hard out there today, or last week, had a lot of tough breaks, and ended up with a 94. But then on the other hand, you can look at Sonny Taylor. He had 91, so both those boys offset themselves. But it was a real good match. I hope this championship one we have here tonight is as exciting as it was last week.
Okay, you mentioned Doug Black was 155. Let's go over to that Forbes Top Bowler Award, and for one final time, take a look at it, because we will decide who the Forbes top bowler is after this match this evening, Jack. But there you see it on top, Doug Blacker at 155.
Well, no predictions this week, Bruce. I think Dougie Blacker at 155 could be fairly safe. Although the pins last week were very, very loose, if anybody's going to beat it, it's probably going to be Dougie. But watch out for Rick Martin. Art Rudge is in at 2nd place at 143, and followed very closely is Bill Black at 141. But Bobby, Georgie, we got a lot of fellows here tonight that can beat that 155. If the pins are as loose as they were last week, we're going to have some good scores.
Well, they can throw the big games, and as luck would have it, we have the 1st and 2nd place bowlers still in the competition, that being, of course, Doug Blackler and Art Rudge, and you'll watch them here tonight in this match, and that's, I guess, the way it should be. They get a chance to sort of have at one another. But as you mentioned, there are 8 other bowlers certainly capable of knocking off Doug Blacker, that 155.
Might also say, Bruce, that this is Halifax Pro League versus the Dartmouth Pro League.
You got it. That's the way it turned out. And that wasn't in the script. Anyway, that's the way it turned out. The script couldn't have been better. Let's get to the bowling now and take a look at our leadoff bowlers to get this one underway. Donnie Coolen and James Gratto will start things off. Coolen for Garden View and Gratto for Your Choice, and this is it, the final match in the number 7 Men's Pro League Championship, a one-string affair. They will decide 1st and 2nd place. They will decide a champion here this evening. And it's Gratto from Your Choice on the left, and Donnie Coolen from Garden View on the right. Here's James Gratto. First ball of the final has been delivered, and he got half of them. Donnie Coolen now. Charges up the runway, a little fine, but gets some late action. And gets himself a real good setup with some late action.
These pins are still loose.
Yeah. Gratto. Oh, everything but. Everything but. No problem at all for Donnie Coolen. He starts off with a strike, or at least a spare. Thinking of the way Dougie Blackler started last week's show. 2 spares, 2 strikes, a 9, then another strike. Led him to that 155.
I think he only had 6 marks.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very noisy match, Bruce.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Very noisy. Kind of like.
Both teams into it. Good crowd on hand here at Beazley Lanes. And we got a quick reminder in that next week we'll kick off our Pro-Am series. And we're going to take a look at the Bantam girls and the Bantam boys. They will have a adult partner. On the mark, count 6 for Donnie Coolen. Just to give you a little information before we get into the hot and heaviness of this one. The Bantam girls division, Lisa Lowe and her partner Paulette Brayman will go against Jill Burke and Alma Boyce. That's the team there. They'll bowl a string, and the Bantam boys, Sean Dyer and Jim McKenzie against Tommy Fournier and Earl Hannaberry. Interesting matchup in our first Pro-Am series. That's coming up next week. Next week and up and next week. Let's take a look at this one right now. Donnie Coolen, 26 to start off. James Gratto, 19. We go to the second man in. Roy Driscoll on the right-hand side. Sonny Taylor on the left. Good looking ball by Sonny Taylor. Very tough split. And, ooh, not good at all for Roy Driscoll.
There's the 1-5.
Yeah.
Here's the 5-10.
Which one would you rather have, Jack? Driscoll got
Roy's
another
off
turn there. He didn't show him the rule book before we started there. Sonny.
Roy just caught himself there.
No. Roy says, I don't know.
He's taking a good ribbon here, I'll tell you.
Sonny Taylor going to settle for 9. Roy Driscoll. He comes out of that with a 7, Jack. Okay. You just joined us. It is the final of the number 7 Men's Pro League Championship. Put your feet up and grab a snack and plan to stick around for a while because it's going to be an interesting hour of competitive bowling. Jack, you didn't predict this one at all.
No, I think if I
Too
was
close to call.
If I was a betting man, I'm going to bet your choice.
Okay. Sonny Taylor punching away there.
Good shot for Roy.
Oh, boy.
It's hard to believe he missed the 7 pin there. He chipped that 2 pin over on that pin. Very clean. He left the 7.
Yeah. Sonny Taylor. Went for the bundle, I think, Jack, but come out of that with a 6. He started off slowly last week. Did Sonny Taylor. Right now, stepping up on the left-hand side of your screen, that's Sheldon Buffett, Jack. He bowled a good game last week at a 121.
Very well.
Solid hit, everything but one. Dave Richardson now. Good ball by Richardson. He's got him off. Okay.
I think that's David's first strike on TV.
How can you tell?
He got very excited.
Yeah.
Good shot here for Sheldon, picking up that single pin.
Yeah, it was so. After all the excitement of Richardson's strike, Sheldon Buffett remained calm and got the single pin. Very, very impressed with Sheldon Buffett last week. He's a good one. 113 average. Now let's see what he can get on his mark. I'll tell you one thing, Jack. They're being a little bit more deliberate this week than they have in recent weeks. They're really taking some time up there.
Well, they're playing for first place. What's
that? I don't blame them at all.
$750, Bruce?
That's right. Buffett, good hit, counts 8, sets himself up with another excellent fair chance. Now on the strike, looking for a double. He had a perfect game going there for a minute, Jack. Dave Richardson's chance at a perfect game just bit the dust.
Good shot here for Sheldon.
Yeah, it is so.
6-10.
Bang. No problem. Sheldon Buffett starts off. Spare with 8 on it, then a spare in the second. Richardson, a little off to the right. Oh. Richardson now. Ooh, picked off the one out in front and settles for an 8. So Richardson and Buffett will sit down and give way to Art Rudge and Rick Martin. Rick Martin on the left-hand side tossed a very impressive 140 just a week ago. On the right-hand side, Art Rudge is the owner of that 143, good enough for second place in the Forbes top bowler category. Hammered through that time. Art Rudge. It's on the front end, but punched through. Check. I don't know if our microphones are picking up much of it, but I can't remember this much razzing going on.
They call him Rick the Spider-Man.
Well.
Look at that shot.
Oh, great looking shot by Art Rudge. 3, 6, 10, 4, and 7, wasn't it, Jack?
You called it.
That was a super shot by Art Rudge. Wow.
Hey, your choice is not pinning very well here in the first 7 boxes. They already have 2 6s.
Yeah. They got Dougie Blackler. He's good for a couple of strikes to open if he's anything near what he was last week. Not a bad setup there for Rick Martin. But there is wood coming out in front. Other side now, on the spare. Ooh, Art got off to the right-hand side. Over here in lane number 10, some wood came out in front, Jack, and that's not a good sign.
No, it isn't, Bruce. He's either, from our angle, I don't know if he can see the 6-pin or not, but if not, he's going to have to play it way out in the nose. I don't know if he'll get anything off that wood. Very bad piece of wood.
Ooh. Boy, he
Heck of
caught
a try.
just a touch of it, yeah. Obviously, he couldn't see it, that being the 6. Rudge tries the left-hand side. And still Martin has the same problem and leaves the 6. Art Rudge looking for 10. Counts 10. So Art Rudge goes to 23, and we go to the anchorman in Bob Jodry on the right-hand side, and Doug Blackler, who tossed that 155 just a week ago on the left-hand side. Blackler 123 average, Jodry 126. Jodry off to the left a little bit, or at least Blackler. Bob Jodry, Jackie wobbled the 8, and that's one he really wanted to have there.
He's not going to have much luck here with this wood either.
No.
Bobby's looking at the 7-8. What he's got to do here is ignore that wood. Play for a 10 is the way you play this shot, Bruce. But
Well, that wood now is coming back out a little bit, Jack.
yeah, but I don't think it's going to help him.
No,
I think
I
it's
guess
too
you're
far
right.
over. But
Yeah.
if he can just nick one of them and they just happen to fall the right way, he can spear this up.
There it is.
That was awful close.
Yeah. Blackler takes 9. And Bob Jodry takes 9. So the anchorman, each score 9 in the first frame. Once again, we remind you, the Coca-Cola Showdown. If you're a male bowler with anywhere near a half-decent average, get in on that one. Call Beazley Lanes, $20 gets you in. Taking the first 100 bowlers, we are getting full. And that one is all the makings of a dandy. So don't miss it. What we're coming down to on that one is really a skins game for some serious dollars. Only $32 to get in. Bowlers 30th to 21st get half their money back after 10 frames. And 20th to 11th get all their money back, their whole $32. And then the top 10 fight for the right to make it to the showdown. And there's money all the way through. So a $32 investment could turn big rewards. Back to the top of the order now in this one. Donnie Coolen, left-hand side at 26, and James Gratto on the right-hand side at 19. Coolen, good hit. Gratto now. Good hit, tough split. Unless. Oh!
Oh, it's not all that bad, Bruce.
No, it changed everything, didn't it? Coolen gets his, and that's not a bad setup at all there for James Gratto.
Right, the one on the left.
Yeah. Oh, yes. He played it fine, but it was a fine shot.
I was watching, even last week when James Gratto was bowling, Bruce. If I was him, I'd sell that set of bowling balls he has there and get another set. I don't think they're doing him justice. I used to do that every second week.
Bowling Proprietor's Delight. Sold you more sets of balls, Jack? Donnie Coolen. Punched through. James Gratto would love to load this one up. Well, not bad. He's got 6. He's got some wood to work with. Ooh, Coolen continues to hammer away. What about lane 9, Jack, quickly?
I missed it.
It did
Tough
better.
shot.
Yeah. Just the way he played it. There's an 8 for Donnie Coolen. He cleans out the right-hand side. James Gratto cranks and fires and gets to 10. We go to Roy Driscoll now and Sonny Taylor. Driscoll, 7 and 9. That's Driscoll left-hand side. And Sonny Taylor, 9 and a 6.
He's off to a slow start again, Sonny. Bruce, he started slow last week, but
yeah,
one mark in 10 boxes, so.
A little fine in the front end, but he comes up with 7. Let's go now. A little fine on that bit, but yes! No.
Shaky 10.
Boy, it was shaky. Looked like when the 6 went, it was going to take the 10, but it didn't. Sonny Taylor, now way out to the right-hand side. Roy Driscoll. Ooh.
Solid 10.
Yeah. And Sonny Taylor will take a 9 also to keep pace. So while Sonny Taylor's not off to a great straight, nor is Roy Driscoll, there's only one pin separating them. You only have to beat the guy you're bowling against, don't you, Jack?
Exactly right.
Ooh, tough split there. Sonny Taylor off the side gets 6. And 10, Jack, as we take a look at it there.
6, 10, and 7. He's going to have to hit the split the 2 on the inside. Heck of a try.
Full on the 6. Yeah, it was a nice try. Not a great shot for Sonny Taylor here, but he does have coverage on the 7.
Tough to get that kingpin in behind, which is the 5 pin.
Yeah. 10 and 10. A couple of 10s for both Driscoll and Taylor. They sit down after bowling through frames 3 and 4 and give way to Dave Richardson and Sheldon Buffett. Now, Richardson opened with a strike, got 7 on it, then an 8 to 25. Sheldon Buffett, spare, 8 on it, and a spare again. Good action there for Richardson. Now Sonny Taylor, or at least Sheldon Buffett on the spare. Good hit, gonna get more. 2 more, maybe more. Count 9. Maybe a strike the hard way. Not to be. Sheldon says I can't get a break. Well, he's setting up his 3rd mark, is Sheldon Buffett. Got to be a little careful there, doesn't he?
That's right. That wood's a little bit, I'd almost go way left here.
Yeah, he did. Oh,
he's
that's
got it.
tough. Wood coming back, you're right. Look up.
Little trick shot.
Yeah, well, Sheldon's known for those. He said that just wood turned around just the way I knew it would. There was never any doubt. But he's being coached by Bill Black back there.
Well, he had a bad piece of wood there, Bruce, and he wanted to go left, but not that far.
No pitchers on the scoreboard. Make it 3 marks in a row for Sheldon Buffett to open. Maybe he's going to take aim at that 155. And the Forbes Top Bowler Award. Sheldon got off to the side that time and got but 5. On the other side, we're watching Dave Richardson. That's his target. That's not so bad, Jack. He's got some wood in behind. Had to be on the front end, though. That's Sheldon Buffett's target for his 4th spare. Off to the right-hand side. Well, doing all right. Count 10 for Dave Richardson. Not a bad-looking 9 for Sheldon Buffett. Buffett goes to 61 after 4, so he's 21 over. The 155 is not out of his reach right now.
By no means, Bruce.
Art Rudge, man on the left-hand side of your screen. Rick Martin on the right. Tough for Rudge. Rick Martin. Same thing. What's going on here?
That's what happens when you miss that front pin.
Yeah. Well, see what Rick Martin does. Woo, great looking second ball for Rick Martin.
It's a great out there by Rick Martin.
Art Rudge picks up 8. And count 9 for Rick Martin.
Still a very close ball game, but for a championship match, it's the boys got to get going.
Yeah. Yeah, last week should have been the championship match. Now,
super match.
Not to take anything away from either team tonight, but it was just one of those nights. The match was close. The shot making was real fine. We've seen some good shot making here so far, and we're bound to see a lot more. Rick Martin pulled the string on one there, sets himself up. Art Rudge here. Nice looking shot by Art Rudge.
Right on the pin.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Martin and Rudge were listening, Jack. Turned up the heat a little bit. Garden View up by 7 right now. Maybe they're not. That's unofficial.
It's around about 5 pins, Bruce, and Bobby Jodry's opening on a mark.
Oh,
so
all right.
go to tie game.
Okay. Jodry here, I should say, open on the spare. Bowling against Doug Blackworth. There's Jodry. Ooh. Got 6. Blackler, a little fine on that front end. Bob Jodry settles for a 9 there. Now Doug Blackler trying to keep pace, and he gets 9 also. So, we'll give you the official now. It's Garden View up by 2 pins with the Anchorman bowling in the 4th frame. One string affair. It is the final of the number 7 Men's Pro League Championship. And this is for the championship. Bob Jodry on the front end and punches through. Doug Blackler now. Front end punches through. Similar shot. Except Blackler's got the 7. I tell you, there might be some razzing going on in the background, Jack, but these two bowlers are deadly serious up there, trying to block all that out. Blackler now. The try. Jack, you've been there before. Can you block out that noise?
Oh, definitely.
You turn your hearing aid off, that's all.
Most definitely. You can hear it, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it motivates you, but...
But you know it's there.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way of blocking it out.
Well, some bowlers, too, that makes them a better bowler. Some it makes them a worse bowler.
It certainly does.
What kind of a bowler were you, Jack?
I was a...
You like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, and when I got a mark, probably a little cocky.
No.
That would sort of motivate me for another one. And once I got 2 or 3, they said, don't talk to him anymore. You got him wound up.
That's the way it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can shut him down in a hurry. Tough shot here for Donnie Coolen. James Gratto with a mess on the other side. Started that with a 7. Coolen now with a piece of rolling wood. We'll take a look at it right now.
Well, there's a lot of bowlers like that, Bruce. You razz, and the more you razz them, the better they do. And
of course, on the other hand, if you don't get those marks you talked about, you pick up a 6 and a 7.
well, you hear the old saying, sore head, gentlemen.
What was it?
Sore head.
We're talking about the morning after.
That's right.
The tournament. Gratto. 7-pin drop. Donnie Coolen on the front end leaves the diamond. Gratto, good looking shot there. Donnie Coolen now. Piece of wood to help him out a little bit, but it didn't. Steered things away from the 5.
Woody, he had to get by that shot. Once you hit the
Yeah.
side of the wood, Bruce, you're going to leave that 5-pin.
Well, Don Coolen with that 10 goes to 66. James Gratto is at 62, but he's open. We go to the second man in, Roy Driscoll on the right-hand side, and Sonny Taylor on the left. Either bowler open. Taylor at Driscoll rather at 35, Taylor at 34.
Identical shots. Sonny's a little better. He's got the wood frozen on the 6-9.
Yeah. Both have to be on the front pin. No. No. Pressure on Driscoll when he gets to throw his 3rd ball. Taylor looking for 10 and gets 10. Roy Driscoll. Jack, you mentioned a name last week, the holder of the high single in TV competition, that being 180 of Carl. Jack, we don't see much of Carl anymore around the bowling centers or on the TV shows.
Well, I understand that his job dictates to when he can bowl and when he can bowl or how much he can bowl. And I still see his name popping up in the paper at the Halifax Pro League, and still carries a very respectable average, 380, 390, still in the one of the very finest smooth bowlers I've ever seen.
Absolutely, and remember, it goes back to about a year ago when he teamed up with Sparky Slonwhite on the ATV series. What a combination that was.
Just a great combination.
Yeah. So we say hello to Carl Jack and Sparky Slonwhite.
Oh, yeah, Stella McLean. And
oh, yeah. Had a lot of good people over the years in this bowling game. Sonny Taylor here, 3rd ball. Take 9, and Roy Driscoll. He will take 9 off the wood. So they will set down, and Sheldon Buffett will step up along with Dave Richardson. Richardson at 45. He's on the right-hand side of your screen. He's not open. Sheldon Buffett with 3 marks is at 61. Last frame he had a 9, so he's not open either. Good hit by Buffett. Should we get them all? No. Everything but. Wood coming across. So to your pitcher. Won't have the velocity. Dave Richardson. Single pin for Sheldon Buffett to pick up his 4th mark in 5 frames. One he'd like to have. Lays it down. Bang. Yes. Sheldon Buffett on a roll. And he bowled well last week, tossing a 121. He's looking to go beyond that this week.
Well, it's amazing, Bruce, how you can throw a ball down there at those 10 pins. And like Sheldon did there, a real explosive ball and leave a solid 6-pin.
Really?
You wonder where the wood goes.
Yeah. Sheldon Buffett continues to crank away. He's at 71 and open now after 5.
Well, your choice are picking away here, Mark, here and there, and they're only down about 6, 7 pins. They got 3 open.
Buffett. Good hit, gets to 7, sets himself up again. Counts 8 on the mark. Oh, what a nightmare for Dave Richardson.
Not all
wait
bad.
a minute now. Got some wood. Didn't turn though, Jack.
We'll get back there. Sheldon's
This could be
shot
the
here.
shouldn't he? Could he?
Well, no,
Oh,
if he
that's
hits it
why.
around the red band, should go.
Got it.
This one that
Okay.
David's got here, if this wood is frozen on the 5, this could go.
Ooh,
Great try. He missed
it
that
was
10,
a great try.
missed that 10 pin by a fraction.
Meanwhile, Sheldon Buffett with that mark has got 5 spares down 6 frames at 89 and open. Bowling real well.
Well, he's looking for the single here. I think 141 is in third,
Yeah.
Bruce. That's worth $40. 143 is second at $60, and 155.
Well, he won't hit 155 because you mentioned up the top that won't be broken tonight.
Did I say that?
It sounded like you, and the guy that said it looked like you. Rick Martin. What a hard-throwing Rick Martin. Open on a spare. Gets 8. Now Art Rudge. Open on a spare also. Ooh.
There's the difference. Art
Yeah.
hit the head pin, got 4.
Yep.
Ricky missed it and got 8.
But if you're a coach, you're going to say hit the head pin.
Yeah. At least you did your job hitting the front pin.
Martin. Ooh. Now in lane 9, Jack, he can play the red bat and maybe clear everything through, but he might leave the 7. He left the 7.
Good call. You got a little high on that,
Yeah.
but it was makeable.
Martin takes 10. And it'll be 9 for Art Rudge. Pretty tight match, Jack.
Very, very tight.
Just joined us. It's the number 7 Men's Pro League Championship, and this is the final. We have the men next to the anchorman bowling here in the 6th frame. This is Rick Martin. Bowls a string as 9, and we use the 7. Art Rudge now. Ooh, break through. Wood coming back, though, might help. It does a little bit. Good setup here, Jay.
All he's got to do is keep it on the alley. As long as he doesn't go too far in by that red band.
Right on, bang. What about this one? Got to be on the 2.
No, he's got to be on the nose.
Maybe you're right. He thought he had to be on the 2, just like I did. 9 for Art Rudge. And we go to the anchormen, and Bob Jodrey and Doug Blackler. Blackler on the left-hand side, Jodrey on the right. Neither men open. We're going to get a piece of wood taken out there. Very, very interesting match to date, Jay.
Very interesting. Well, I'd like to say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Sandy Flynn. They watch the show twice a week, Bruce.
All right.
Also, Mr. and Mrs. Harvey Butler.
Yep.
Who bowls down here in the Senior Citizen League and does quite well.
Not that great. Dougie Blackler's got the 4 horsemen or the schoolboy shot. He just missed it. Chess lane.
Schoolboy shot?
That's what Chess calls it. He's my mentor, taught me everything I know. He says that's the schoolboy shot. We're going to get him on the show here one of these weeks, Jack. I'm going to tell you.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I've been threatening to bring him over here. And if we can kind of coax him across the harbor, we'll get Chess Layton, the unofficial mayor of Halifax, over here and He'll tell